Hello students. Hey, ready to run our our three raised panel stations. Got them all ready to go. I've been working on the beds, shining them up with the product, eating the rust off of it, and then putting the lubricant down, so that's all done. Got our rail jig all built for the rails. Okay, so we're going to run a raised panel here. I've ran one, as you can see, and it fit together well. So I've got the other side panel, and then I've got to work on the rails and stiles for the front panel, which is bigger. So we're talking about side panels. How do we get this built? And then I'll do a front panel, and then we'll go from there. But here's my parts, all cut to size. 2 rails. Okay, 2 stiles. Remember, stiles are always vertical, rails are horizontal. Okay, and then we've got the panel in the middle. That panel, if you can see, it has the relief cut. I've cut that on the table saw. Okay, we need to do that because we're taking off so much material that relieves some of the pressure on the wood fibers. Okay, so here we go. Let me put this on my head. And I'll need to wear hearing protection. It gets pretty darn loud. And let's see if we can run one of each. I'll start out with the raised panel. Okay, after we get that cut, we could do our graphics before we actually glue and brad it together. So best face down, that's the side that will show. So yeah, they're both pretty good. Okay, got cedar has a lot of knots in it, so you won't get it without a bunch of knots. I'm going to go ahead and use this side. I'm afraid that knot might come out if I try to machine it. Always start with the end grain first. Okay, we got to get our vent system on. We're going to create a lot of wood chips, so here we go with that. And I've got my 2 paddle push blocks. Okay, here we go. I think, oh, I got to plug them in, don't I? I was cleaning them, so I unplugged them, which is really smart. All right. My goodness. I'm missing one of these plugs, so I've got to switch them out. All right. There we go. We're ready. My vent's open. Let's do it. Okay. So that's pass number 1. We take off so much material, we want to do it in 3 passes. So let's take it back to the next pass. And I'm going to need a steel ruler so I can tell where I'm at. Yeah, so I want to leave a little bit for the last pass. And we'll run it again. Best face down. End grain first. All right, there's pass number 2, looking better. I'm hoping this doesn't break out on me. Cedar is kind of difficult to work with. The thing that I like about cedar is it's a softwood, which means it's easier to machine, but the hard part about it is sometimes you get it pieces breaking off on you or knots coming out. So when we order cedar, we allow for a lot more waste. All right, there's our last pass setting. It's going to ride on the bushing. Here we go. End grain first again, best face down. So there is our raised panel. Looks pretty darn good. Next parts, I've got two stiles, or I'm sorry, rails and two stiles. Horizontal, vertical, right? Let's go to the next machine. I'm gonna close that gate since we're done there. Get more draw over here. Now, here's the deal. All four parts get ran on this one, but then only the rails get the tongue, so not the style. So you got to keep your parts separated. All right, so what it is it's best face down. Boy, I really like the grain of this. I'm going to say this is down though. Okay, and the roughest edge, if there's a difference, this is a little rougher, so I'm going to go roughest edge in on all four parts. So that's been jointed, that one has not, so that's going in. Best face, I want to match the other, so I'm going to say just like that. So best face down and roughest edge in. Best face down, really like the color, roughest edge in, so I'm going like that. All right, so I only want one piece on my machine. I'm going to put these on the cart and we'll run all four of them over here. Here's my push blocks. These short ones, I could probably just go with one, okay? But the longer ones, I want to use both push blocks. Got to get my plug. And plug it in. Here we go. There's one. Got to keep our table clean. Two. Okay, using both of them. And four. All right, we're done with that one. Now, as I said, the rails get ran over here as well. Best face down again. Okay, so we got to run it both ways. Here's how we do that. I put it in, see the plexiglass hits the fence, so I push this in until it hits the fence, my part, okay, and then I lock it down and I'm ready to run it. Got to run both ends, got to plug it in. All right, let's see if this works. There's one side. Flip it around, same face down. You don't want to flip the faces, right? Push it up against the fence and lock it down. Here we go. There's one. And our last one, best face down again, all the way in, plexiglass tight, looks good, lock it down, turn it on. Flip it around, best face down still, Keep it clean, tight, push it tight, lock it in, last cut. All right, so let's see if I've got this dialed in. I always cut a bunch of extra parts, so I have extra parts to dial the machines in. They've got to be perfectly aligned, and here's why. Okay, if I put my parts together here, here's my rails and my stiles. Let's see if this thing's going to come together. I got a little oil from my machine top. I didn't wipe it down good enough. Look at that, guys. That's pretty darn awesome there. So I'm ready for you. We'll be able to make our sides, our raised panels for our mini cedar chest. Station 1 is our raised panel station. Station 2 is for rails and stiles. And station 3 is rails only, cutting the tongues on the end. All right, next time I'll show you how we're going to put this together. We're going to glue the joints and brad them. All right, I'll show you that.